It's like a ghost town. This feels like a movie. This feels like 21 Days Later or one of those zombie movies where the guy wakes up and the whole world is empty. No! So it's just me. Like, look at this. This is the really busy touristy part of Istanbul, one of the biggest, busiest cities in the world. So this should be jammed with people and really busy. Like, look, this is where the markets are. This is so creepy. This would be normally thronged with people. You wouldn't be able to walk through here with my blonde hair because people would instantly recognize you as a tourist. And they would. There's a guy sleeping. There's a guy sleeping there. I don't want to wake him up. I'm the only person in Istanbul. I had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see this enormous, bustling city completely empty and completely to myself. If you want to experience what Istanbul is like when it's completely empty, except for my pretty face, then stick around, hit that like button, and let's jump back and explain this. The guy just walked straight up to me and was like, "You're not allowed to be outside." Look at this. Everything's empty. In my previous video, I explained how I ended up locked out of my home in America and Ireland. I needed somewhere to go and I'd never been to Turkey before, so I jumped on a last-minute flight to Istanbul. And part of last minute means I did the classic Conor move of no research. It's my first proper day here to explore, and I found out that Istanbul on the weekends goes into lockdown for everyone. All the locals, except tourists, are allowed to go out. During the week, this place is crazy, and I'm struggling to get through this city without getting hit by cars. No one seems to wait for the green man here. Everyone just runs through traffic. So I'm trying to become like a local and just run through the traffic. It's crazy and it's a lot of fun. Then suddenly it hits the weekend and I go outside and I'm the only person there. This is crazy. So I use this opportunity to go back to all the busiest spots, all the most touristy places. Well, here's a once-in-a-lifetime view of one of the craziest, busiest cities in the world, where Europe meets Asia, completely empty and completely to myself. Let's go explore this city when all the tourists are allowed out, but all the locals are locked down. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only tourists in the city at the moment, because who's traveling at the moment? So, this is what Istanbul, one of the most historical, big, bustling, crazy cities, one of the coolest cities in history, where Asia meets Europe, literally where Asia meets Europe. And we're going to go explore it on a Saturday when it's completely empty. And I'm going to show you what it's like. Because I might be literally one of the only people to have ever experienced Istanbul when it's fully empty on a Saturday. When was the last time a city like this would be completely empty on a weekend like this? When would be a time where no local is outside of their house? When every single local goes back inside and is legally not be allowed out? Has that ever probably happened in this city? So on the one hand, I'm a little bummed that I'm not getting to explore Istanbul as it should be explored. But on the other hand, look at this. Would normally be thronged with people trying to sell you stuff. I'm getting to explore it and see all the sights with no one around. So I guess in some ways, I'm getting the city to myself. So one of the most popular tourist attractions in Istanbul is just over here. And I'm gonna go see if I can go up it when there's no one else around. It's just me. Galata Tower, probably the most popular thing to do in Istanbul, and there's usually a line all the way up this tower to get in, and I'm the only one here. I'm the exclusive tourist in Istanbul, it seems. Yeah, let's go get the best view of Istanbul by ourselves. Look at this, it's not even up to my waist. It definitely should not be passing any health and safety regulations. Now normally up here would be absolutely packed with people, but I'm literally the only person here with like the best view of Istanbul. Look at this. This is literally considered the best view of Istanbul. This tower, that's why it's so popular. Europe, Asia.
Europe, Asia.
So basically, the world is my oyster and this city is mine for the weekend. I've got all the best views and most popular tourist spots completely to myself. But not only that, I could climb rooftops to the best views of the city.
I've got this rooftop to myself. You see all the mosques?
I got to go to the Blue Mosque and all the biggest mosques that are so insanely popular in Istanbul, and I had them to myself. I even got to do tons of stupid shit.
I can't talk right now. I'm doing hot girl
Fuck being good, I'm a bad bitch.
I went for morning runs and it was a little bit different than I'm used to. It was completely empty. The street of Istanbul, the Bosporus, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the Strait of Istanbul. This vlogging thing is really stupid. I have to keep running back to my camera. Yeah, I don't know why people do that setting the camera down thing. I don't think it's worth it. Because I always got to come back. You do know that, right? One of the really interesting things that stands out about Istanbul is that people commute using ferries. Normally very busy, I had them all to myself. I could take these ferries up and down the Straits of Istanbul between Europe and Asia all alone. Now, it wasn't all easy because I did struggle to find food.
I'm gonna be locked inside for the next day or two. I need to get food.
However, this just became part of the adventure.
I found one little corner store that was locked, but the guy let me in and he sold me a cup of tea.
I still managed to drink a lot of Turkish tea, which I love.
That's one thing Irish and Turkish culture seems to have in common, is we drink a lot of tea.
It forced me to make friends. Every time I saw an old man selling some food on the side of the street, I'd go indulge myself. This even led to me having an entire traditional kebab dinner and restaurant all to myself. It was just me, the owner, and his son.
Lamb.
Lamb?
Lamb.
Wow. Teşekkür ederim. Every day.
And because restaurants aren't technically meant to be open,
Leave the candles for me.
we had to kind of sneakily have an intimate candlelit dinner.
This place is so cool. There's all these notes on the wall.
But all these hardships were made up for by the fact that I got all of Istanbul's cute doggos to myself.
Hey buddy, how you doing? Look at this guy. Just a lone dog contemplating the world. Just contemplating the world, watching the world go by. How you doing, buddy? Oh, it's like a bear, Turkish bear.
Now I gotta say, the sounds of this city hit a little bit different when it's empty and you're all by yourself.
I'm some fiend for going for nighttime explorations in cities by myself that I probably shouldn't. I just want food.
And while the river and the seagulls all sound very peaceful, when you're not used to hearing the call to prayer, it sounds even more surreal when there's not a soul around.
Okay, being the only guy out on my own is so much more eerie when that call to prayer is going on. Highlights how weird it is that I'm the only person in this city walking around.
But back to showing you what the most famous places in Istanbul look like, completely empty.
Second oldest subway in the world. By the looks of it, it's only one stop long. It's again, I'm literally the only person here. I'm the only person in this city. So this is a tourist attraction. It's the second oldest subway in the world. And I just checked the map before I got on it, and it doesn't take you anywhere. It's literally one stop long, so I don't know why I'm taking this. Uh-oh, we're gonna have a head-on collision. There you have it, folks. I just paid money for that. That was the shortest subway ride in the world, but the second oldest in the world. I hope the original had a longer route, otherwise it was not worth building it. You can almost see the other stop.
down there. Second oldest subway in the world, checked off the list. Ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to go on the second oldest subway and the shortest route in the world. Alright, I'm walking up all these streets because I'm trying to find the Grand Bazaar, which I think would be really cool to see empty. Look how cool this city is. Look how historic it looks. It's absolutely empty. It's only like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Look at this. Honestly, it's kind of peaceful walking around here with the whole city to myself. It really does feel like something out of a horror movie though. In a peaceful sort of way, you know? I'm almost at the Grand Bazaar. It's like a 5 or 10 minute walk from here. The Grand Bazaar. I think it's the biggest like market or mall in the world. It's so eerie. Middle of the day in one of the biggest cities in the world and there's no one around. All you can hear is footsteps, the odd footsteps echoing through the streets. You can hear cats sometimes making noise, or you can most of all hear the seagulls. Seagulls is not a sound most people are used to. I grew up in a fishing village in Ireland, so I'm very well used to seagull sounds. But I feel like if you didn't grow up in a seaside town, you might find the seagulls here quite loud. It's kind of that sound. I like it though. It reminds me of growing up. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just walking down these back streets and everything. Look at this. This is so creepy. So eerie. Look at this. It used to be normally thronged with people. You wouldn't be able to walk through here with my blonde hair because people would instantly recognize you as a tourist. And they would. There's a guy sleeping. There's a guy sleeping there. I don't want to wake him up. But this would normally be thronged with people. Leave clothes in here or what? This is super creepy. I feel like normally you'd be getting hassled so much walking through here. People trying to sell and bargain and everything. It's like a ghost town. This feels like a movie. This feels like 21 Days Later or one of those zombie movies where the guy wakes up and the whole world is empty. Wait, I see someone. There's one person coming. It's kind of beautiful being the only person walking around. It's eerie and creepy and beautiful at the same time. Obviously the soul is not here of what it would normally be like. This place would usually have tons of people. Come to Turkey, they said. It'd be fun, they said. All right, let's try and figure out this map. Grand Bazaar. Oh, we're almost there. We're meant to be, look at this, right? So on this map, the yellow bit is all the markets. So I'm meant to be right in the heart of the busy markets right here. So we're almost at the center of the busiest market in Istanbul, the Grand Bazaar. It's a Saturday, so it should be the busiest it's been. Hello! Istanbul! I am here. It's Conor. I feel like someone's pulling a prank on me. I feel like everyone's going to jump out now any second and it's going to be, we're only kidding, Conor. And then a dance number kicks off. Like you can see the horizon of this whole city back there. Look at that Turkish flag. Oh my God, that creeped me the hell out. Can you see that behind the Turkish flag? There's like the silhouette of an adult and then 3 kids. Oh my God, I thought they were real for a second. That freaked me the hell out. They were just staring down at me like a horror movie. And what was that movie? It or Us or something like that, where the family of people were creepy. But I think they're just mannequins. That scared the shit out of me. We have done it. We are at the Grand Bazaar. There she is. It's locked and I can't hear a single noise. There's no one around. All I can hear is seagulls. The Grand Bazaar of Turkey. Well, we can't get in because it's locked. But I might be able to say that I'm one of the only people to ever be here when it was completely empty. To be able to see Turkey without a soul around. Who's ever been able to walk around Istanbul without there being anyone around? It's kind of crazy, right? Right now it's like this. And when it's busy, it's like this.